Yeah, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30, wherever we give him.
What's going on, you guys? So ESPN has an updated pound-for-pound rankings, and Terence Crawford still sits at the top. So for whatever reason, they feel that Callum Smith win for Canelo just wasn't enough to knock Terence Crawford off the top of the mountain. And you know what? I agree. That's right. A lot of people say Canelo Alvarez's resume is better, but because he has the names and things of that nature. But when you look at the circumstances and you look at these names and when he fought him and if there was some type of rehydration or stipulation, then things started to look a little different. There's a lot of reasons why I got Bud over Canelo, right? There's a lot of reasons why. I do think Canelo Alvarez is worthy of the number one spot, and I wouldn't argue with you if you felt that he deserves the number one spot. But the way I feel about it is, Canelo Alvarez is a fighter who could pick and choose who he wants to fight. Yet, he chooses certain type of guys. Guys that may be falling down the hill, right? Guys that may have looked at bad their last fight. Callum Smith came out and said Canelo Alvarez wasn't even looking for him until he looked bad against John Ryder, right? Welterweights. Dudes that's past their prime, older fighters. This is something that's been really consistent with Canelo Alvarez. If you're too big, he might put a rehydration clause on you or a catch weight, right? Long as he just get the name in the ring to make his resume look pretty. And by you doing that for him, you get a huge payday because he's Canelo. So it's a win-win for everybody. And his past few fights, to me, been looking like sparring matches. I felt that those guys wasn't out there to win. Maybe the circumstances wasn't in their favor, right? Callum Smith had like a month to really prepare for Canelo. He had like a month to prepare. These guys is hungry for that payday and that opportunity, so yeah, they go for it. See, Terence Crawford don't have that benefit. He got to take what he can get, take them how they come. And the result is always the same. He runs them out the ring. Canelo Alvarez hardly separates himself from the opposition. Terence Crawford does. Every big name, Canelo been in there, whether it was controversial or he lost. A lot of people feel he lost the Triple G fights. I felt he won both of them, but a lot of people felt he lost. Eddie Sandy Lara fight. I felt he lost. I felt Lara should have got that nod. Right? Open scoring in the Austin Trout fight. Right? It's a lot of things. Gift decisions. The judges. It was a lot of stuff that comes with Canelo. Even me being a fan, I knew these things about Canelo Alvarez. But I felt that the Kovalev fight was the last straw for me. It just didn't look right. It didn't feel right. It didn't seem right. So yeah, he can get these names to fight him. Why? Because he's the money man of boxing. But Terence Crawford, as we all see, is having a much harder time dealing with the politics and him getting the fights that he needs to get in order to solidify himself as an all-time great. He's having a much harder time getting these names in the ring. And that's by design. It's not a coincidence that Crawford's having a hard time getting names. It's not because of a money issue or he's on the wrong side of the street. No, it's because he's a fucking problem. That's why. It's because he's a problem. See, the fighters know these things. The fans don't know this. The fans troll and talk shit and be all weird and shit, but the fighters know. Fighters know. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez can get these names in the ring. Why? Because they want to get that payday. See, Crawford, all that don't come with Crawford. What comes with Crawford is a chance to beat a guy that they consider is the best in the sport, or it's not a high probability you're going to beat him. And then he has a monstrous run he's on right now. Hasn't had a unanimous decision in like 5 years, right? Stopped everybody at 140 other than Victor Postal. Knocked him down 2 times. Stopped everybody he fought at 147. Right? As consistently dominant as a fighter have we seen probably since Floyd Mayweather. And even Floyd Mayweather had some tough, close calls, right? Even Floyd. Right? Even Floyd had some close calls. It couldn't be any more different. Floyd liked to play defense, Bud liked to play offense. But yet, people still are up in arms about him being number one pound for pound fighter in the world. No failed drug tests. Right? Clean fighter. Clean boxing program results. You can find them for Terence Crawford. You can find them. Right? There's a lot of reasons why I got Bud over Canelo. Just because you the money man in boxing don't mean you the best fighter in boxing. Sometimes that guy that nobody wants to fight really is that best guy. He just probably needs the opportunity to prove it. Politics is beating Crawford more than anything. Politics. And he's going to have to be willing to compromise with Errol Spence Jr. because Errol Spence ain't going to budge. And what Errol Spence needs to do is pull Crawford to the negotiation room if he really wants to fight. I don't think he really wants to fight Bud anyway. But if he really wants to fight and it's looking like he ain't going to get Pacquiao or Canelo, then he needs to pull Bud to the negotiation room and explain to him why he's the A-side and why he deserves the bigger share of the pot. So we can get this show on the road. Put the egos aside. Crawford, you're going to have to be willing to compromise. He's actually be a lot more stubborn than I'd imagine. But it could probably be a accumulation of things. His accomplishments. He feel he done a lot in the sport. More than any of these guys. How come I'm getting lowballed and, it could be a lot of things. But nonetheless, I got Terence Crawford over Canelo Alvarez as pound-for-pound fighter. What do he do better in the ring? Nothing. He got tighter defense. Now everybody loves defense all of a sudden. But back when Mayweather was on top, everybody hated defense. Not everybody, but a lot of people hated defense. Oh, he's running. Oh, he's not fighting. Oh, he look like a sparring master. Oh, he's pity patting. Then here we got a guy like Terence Crawford that's running these dudes out the ring, taking the fight to these guys, and y'all want to hate him too. So which is it? What do you want? Oh, the guy that you favor, the guy that you feel is the best, they don't really consider the best. So we gonna say this guy's the best over that guy just because I'm a fucking hater. There's a reason why Crawford can't get the names to fight him. You don't step to the king, and Crawford's the king of boxing. Canelo's the money man, but Terence Bud Crawford's the king. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.